Hello, tarot friends. It's Shelly from Divining Nature. I decided to join in on a hashtag that TL Daphne channel put out recently. And I saw that Julie at Peekaboo Rose did a response and really enjoyed the video and decided that it would be a good one for me to put myself out there. I'm trying to get a little bit more comfortable with these videos, and I have created a few decks, so I figured why not. So here we are. I will include the questions in the description box, as well as a link to Tom's video at TL Daphne, so that you can go see the original video. And I might even include Julie's video as well. There may be more that I just have missed, so there is the hashtag deck creator for you to find any responses as well. So I would like to start out saying that there's 7 questions, and I probably will just roll along and in a conversational style instead of answering the questions very formally. So hopefully I touch on this. What I'm going to do is for each deck, I have 3 decks to show you. I will briefly kind of flow through what the questions were asking. So the first question is, what made you create this deck? So I'm going to show you this little deck that I made with just magazines, scissors, and glue were the tools. Everything from vintage National Geographics to catalogs to Martha Stewart Halloween magazines. So you get the idea. Just regular playing card deck. Really easy, really fun. And the inspiration for me is I love a good craft project, and I especially love playing with paper and things like that. So this was just a fun little project that I did for myself, and I really enjoy using it. There's no system. It's very intuitive, and it really enriched my readings. So this was a fun one to make, and it's an easy one for anybody to do, really. So that is my little playing card craft deck. And then the next deck I have to show you, I'm going to touch on the inspiration of the deck. Is I tend to, instead of highlighting in my nonfiction books, I tend to do where I take an index card and I write the quote on an index card, because, again, all things cards are loved by me. So this is an example of some of the ones that I have. And so the Women That Run with the Wolves book was probably one of the most profound things that I read in my life. It was exactly the right time for what I needed to hear. So I had done the same thing where I had written the quotes, and one day I decided, well, I'm going to shuffle my index cards and I'm going to pull a quote. And while I was doing that, I thought to myself, well, why not make it an actual deck? So I went ahead and in Canva, I formatted the size, did the backgrounds, typed in the quotes, and created a little back for the cards, and then uploaded it to make playing cards. So this deck doesn't have a system, obviously. I just love to use it for inspiration for the day, if I'm going through a rough period. The wisdom and the depth of this book, it always has the right things for me to hear in those situations. So that is my Women That Run with the Wolves quote deck, and obviously not available due to copyright. So that is a private personal deck for me. The next deck I have to show you, I do have a walkthrough already on my channel. It is the Divining Nature Oracle. And you can, like I said, see a full flip through there if you're interested. This deck was inspired, number one, I really enjoyed Mags Black's Tree Whisper Oracles. And at the time, though, they were out of print and going for really hefty prices. And I decided to go ahead and see if I could take these photographs that I had taken in nature on my trip to Mount Shasta in Northern California, and I put them into what's called Flipper, is an app that you can download and put your photos in, and you basically can adjust and slide so that it mirrors the images for you. And it is amazing to see kind of the energies and the beings that end up speaking to you in a very intuitive way. This is an intuitive deck, no system. I am considering doing a version that has some key phrases, so that may be in the future. It is available at Make Playing Cards. You know, things are a little bit weird right now with the tariffs and things. I know Julie even mentioned that she is reformatting her decks for Game Crafter. The only problem for me with Game Crafter is that I have a few decks of theirs, and some of their cardstock choices I'm not as fond of, and I really dislike their tuck boxes. Not that this has a tuck box, so I just am unsure about, you know, that whole project and process. So as it stands right now, that's where it's at if you're interested. I created this deck for myself. This was never something that I planned on marketing or, you know, again, there's a lot of people that have Mags. Her decks are amazing. So yeah, so that's my Divining Nature Oracle. And how it changed my practice is, again, I feel like it just kind of enriched these. Sorry, that was probably loud. It probably, you know, I would say more that it enriched my practice. It also, you know, I've been honing my skills with Make Playing Cards and Canva. So also, you know, that the skill level that for making cards is kind of fun. One way I do like to use my Divining Nature Oracle is with other nature decks. This is Majestic Earth, obviously out of print, sorry, but it sometimes, like, pairing with decks like this can be really interesting, of where you see certain you know, motifs kind of repeated and gives you sometimes some really interesting energies that kind of cross, you know, through the cards. So anyway, that is the Divining Nature Oracle. And I think the last question that I really did not speak to was if I have any future projects that I'm planning. So I do have a Lenormand that I made that I am thinking I may end up doing an Oracle and a Tarot with the same kind of inspiration. So I am not going to talk really much about that, except that there is some creative processes going on. So a little bit of a tease. So I just want to say thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for, you know, if you feel called, please join in. Like I said, I showed a silly little card deck that is just cut out magazines and things. So I hope you join in if you've created any kind of deck at any point. And I really appreciate Tom putting this tag out there. It's a lot of fun and I enjoyed doing it. So I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care. Bye.